Cadarev. Chat, audience, let's give it up.
Hello ESA, hello Speed fam. We're gonna play some classic Tomb Raider, and for that occasion I also brought out a classic runner.
Yeah, hello, I'm Edgard. I used to play this game.
A while ago.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we're gonna actually jump straight in, so we're gonna start in 3, 2, 1, go.
Ok,
And we're
começou?
gonna start at the Great Wall of China. So we're gonna climb stuff in a slightly
Primeiro glitch aqui
unconventional
já
ways,
de cara,
hopefully.
ele vai fazer um bug
Yeah,
na
all the
parede.
classic Tomb Raider games 1 to 5,
Basicamente o jogo
this is a very
joga
long
ele
game,
pra
and
cima.
a lot of the speed technique is based on abusing the block structure of this game. So if you get into a corner, the game tries to put you on top of it because it doesn't allow you to be inside objects.
Exactly. Now, sometimes we can get stuck in like out of bounds-ish territory, which is not good in most cases. But yeah, so the main thing we want to do is kind of abuse that fact that we get pushed out on top of geometry. And what we also want to do is jump a lot, because jumping is the fastest way of movement. There was no running yet in this game. So usually we kind of want to do running jumps. But
Perfeito, ele
obviously
fez
every
um
running
salto.
jump is kind of a commitment,
vai-
since you can't interrupt it mid-jump.
Ele
So
pegou a
sometimes
chave
we
e
could
usou um flare.
jump into our doom, which we want to avoid. And, yeah.
Basicamente
Yeah, a lot of the
significa
movement is
que
planned out, and like
não
how
vai
many steps you
contar
take
o
until you
flare,
make a jump,
então
not
ele
jump and stuff like that.
economiza.
Yeah. You may also
É
have also
importante
seen
só
me
no
light a flare
começo
there. I still
aqui,
have it in my
depois
hand.
não faz muita
Flares are very
diferença.
useful, but not for the things you probably would intend to use them. So we mainly use them to cancel animations. If Lara falls from a certain height, she would stumble, but if we throw away a flare first, that animation takes priority and we completely cancel the stumble. There are some other applications which we will point out when we get to them, but here is like one of them. So here we would stumble, but since I discard the flare,
Caiu aqui, fez
no such stumble, saves
cancel
like 2 seconds
para cortar a animação.
such cancel. And we're getting a bit
No caso, flare cancel.
bothered by some animals here. That's okay. You can barely see. So for some reason, the health bar in this game is not very low.
Aqui ele vai fazer
It's
um
actually hiding in
glitch.
the top left corner.
Yeah, it does not scale the resolution size. So if you play it on the lowest resolution, it's pretty big, but
Yeah.
the bigger you make it, the smaller it gets.
And here we're supposed to kind of shimmy around the left side. You can see kind of like a small crevice there, but it's actually faster to kind of take a dive there and wade a bit through the water. You could see it's pretty slow to wade through water, so we kind of want to avoid it, but in this case it turns out to be
Tem que
faster.
olhar a agenda.
And what you will also see me do quite often is have my guns out despite not really using them. Do you remember why that is?
They override the cameras.
Exactly.
So in these halts there just now, there would have been a lot of forced camera perspectives, and they really screw up your movement because you lose perspective of where you are or where you're going. So you get pistols out and cameras stop.
Exactly. When you're standing still, you also turn a lot faster when you have the guns out, but we are not going to use that too often.
Mais
Also,
flare
I'm gonna
cancel aqui,
save
ele vai
it because
passar
I know
reto
if I
e já
don't
vai
save, I
terminar a
could probably
fase.
mess up this sequence here. So you can land pretty precise on this thing, but just to be sure, because as you might see, this valley beneath me is pretty big, and I
Esquivando
don't want to fall down.
pedaço do jogo, tem
Rex down.
There's
T-Rex
at
lá
least
embaixo.
one T-Rex down there, that's correct. And that's actually already the end of the first level. Now, one thing you saw me there is saving, and there's actually no auto-saves or anything like that in the classic Tomb Raiders, which is good because you can pretty much save wherever you want, but it's also bad because if you don't save, you go back to your last save, and that's the reason why, at least in a marathon setting, I will save a bit more often than I
Segunda
used
fase
to, or hopefully I
Veneza, ele já vai
remember to save
começar
a bit
com
more
um
often.
glitch aqui. É
Back in the
parecido
olden
com
days,
o
if you
primeiro
wanted to
lá,
submit a speedrun,
só que debaixo da água, não
counted as
muda muita
official, you
coisa.
had to actually do the whole game without saving and loading.
Basicamente, ele
Now, I
entra
was
dentro
not
da parede e
running
é jogado
classics
pra
back
cima.
then. I was one of the new game runners, but I certainly heard quite a few things about that.
Yeah, some of the old boys were very hardcore, but then we got them to change the rules, and more people actually enjoyed playing the game.
Yeah, so we were in Venice now. At the end of the Great Wall, there was this huge red gate, which seals away the Dagger of Xi'an, which is the main artifact this game revolves around. Whoever plunges it into their heart becomes a dragon, which is probably helpful for certain endeavors. So Lara is kind of racing against this Italian cult to obtain the dagger. The gate is sealed, so we can't get to it yet, but there are certain keys or key-like items one has to collect to get to the dagger. And
Vamos ver qual vai ser a decisão que ele vai tomar aqui.
summary
Tem
of the
algumas
story.
opções.
We will go into a few other places, so these next few levels will be in Venice. Then there will be a longer segment where it will be like underwater, in the Adriatic Sea, and then we're off to Tibet, and then back to China. Well, that's not supposed to be a political statement, but whatever.
Oh god. Nice.
I noticed too late. But yeah. Here we are supposed to
Ele
use
vai
the
fazer o
first
glitch na
vehicle.
porta.
It would be a speedboat, but as you can see, I don't have it. There are mines here that are supposed to block you. And there's this gate that is also supposed to block me. But I will try my best to not get
Isso
blocked.
mesmo.
But for this we will do
Ele vai pular contra a
Usually
parede
have to
ali,
push
vai
like a
bugar.
button at a different part of the map to open the door, and you can only get there
Não sei
faster
pra
with the
garantir,
boat,
porque
but,
aqui pode dar
you
muito ruim.
can glitch through walls and
Yeah, you can
like
see
that.
Lara's a bit skewed right now. And if we
E
wiggle
conseguiu.
against the gate and we are going through the gate and we end up in the boat we were supposed to use to get through the gate. Also, that level end jiggle is very nice, but we will not hear it anymore because from this level onwards, when we finish the level and start a new one, it immediately cuts out.
Aqui é mais glitch
Here is the
na,
next kind
na
of
parede. Ele vai atravessar ela de
snare
novo.
bug. By going against steps and against walls, you can get her to do the
Basicamente o que ele mais vai fazer é
sometimes just glitch
sair
through
atravessando parede.
And here it
Se jogar
gets
pra cima.
dark, so we'll use a flare, but
Ou atravessar ou se
we'll
jogar
also
pra
use it
cima.
in more convenient ways for us later on. Now we kind of have to get out of this room again, but as you saw, we did the stair box, so now we have to kind of do the same thing in reverse on this step here. Now flares, they only last for 30 seconds, something like that.
I do not know the exact number.
Let's pretend I know exactly, and it's 30 seconds.
Aqui tem
So
jump.
kind of on a
Ele não vai
penalty
salvar
here,
pro
but I
jeito.
still want to line up this jump, because I need to grab this balcony.
Perfeito, acertou de primeira.
Hopefully still get the flare.
Yes, so that's also why I'll put down a save here. This is not supposed, like you're not supposed to get to this part this way, but yeah, okay. Ignore the dogs. And now here is another thing you can do. So we'll shoot out the windows. I'll ready a flare, and then there is a fence here.
There's a
Vai
little
pular pela
But
varanda
there's
ali.
also no fence there, so that's good. Yeah, so
É a
you
strike
can
mais
jump through
utilizada
some very
pra
thin
essa
objects like
parte.
fences and that in certain places with certain angles, but that's about all I can say. And
Ele
then
provavelmente vai atirar em
guys
cara
here.
pra não
I'm
tomar
somewhat
tanto
low in
dano.
health, so I'll probably use a med pack. Okay. Yeah, I'll use it. Not gonna risk that.
Agora ele vai fazer mais glitch usando o flare.
So there are two types of medkits. Small ones heal you for
Basicamente ele
50%
vai
and large
chegar na
ones 60%.
parede, vai pular,
And here,
vai soltar o
basically
flare,
very close to the
puxando a
wall,
arma e vai
and then
pegar o
Lava
flare
tries
e
to
vai
pick it
entrar
up,
na
and
parede.
the pickup animation kind of
O jogo vai jogar ele pra cima
get put on
e
top of it.
foi.
Exactly.
E esquipou um bom
Allowed to
pedaço.
finish this level early. You're supposed to
Ele
detonate
normalmente
like
teria
across
que
the
dar uma
wall,
volta ali.
and yeah, we don't have to do that. And here at the start of this level, we'll actually do some precise, well, not precise, but pre-planned actions, because here
Aqui
we
ele vai fazer
do what is called a
glitch.
glitchless glitch, which
Que
is an
acertou.
amazing name.
I hate that.
Yeah, same. But yeah, you can kind of get stuck on like seams of wall
Essa fase é muito
certain
rápida.
blocks, and if you hold the roll key while doing that, you also get put on top.
And here he's setting up another step bug.
And fails.
Errou.
I mean, wanted to show
It's
what
part of the
happens
setup, it's
exactly.
part of the
Yeah,
setup.
Perfeito, ele vai fazer de novo.
But yeah, the classic Tomb Raider games
Agora
have a lot
acertou
of these,
aí.
setups that look really
Aqui já
weird
tá encaminhada essa fase.
because the movement is very deterministic. You can use very precise setups to set something up that you would never be able to do really.
Exactly. So
É, daqui a pouco vai ter umas coisas mais doidas ainda.
drop down here, ignore the glass.
Por
It
enquanto
definitely won't
tá
hurt me at all and
de boa.
drain half of my health
Esse
bar.
glitch
And
aqui é
then we can
no
just squeeze
elevador.
through that small part there, through the
Então,
elevator.
basicamente,
And
isso me
here,
diz que ele tá
we'll
jogando na
actually
versão
skip
Box.
the majority of this level, the opera house, with this simple jump here. And by simple, I mean I would never fail this, exactly.
Aqui ele faz um skip.
No
Esse
reason why
skip
it's
não é um glitch.
And with that, there's just a few more jumps we have to do, and then we're out of Venice.
E é um
And there is not
muito
too much
útil, ele
to talk about here, so it's only
economiza
going to
bastante
go.
tempo, porque
Please,
essa
I
fase é
was
bem
gonna
longa.
ask if I could intrude because we have a huge donation here. We have Head Dragon with $750. The donation just says brr, but this does go
Não tem
towards the True
tantos.
Raider
A
incentive of
maioria
lock and instant in the
é
freezer,
tudo
which
gringo.
means that the incentive has been met. And of course, you also put part of it towards the bonus game of Amnesia coming
Mas a
up, so we're
comunidade é
actually
bem
getting
grande.
quite close on that too. But yeah, thank you so much. That is amazing. And we also have $50 from someone right behind you in the audience, Jan
dear.
Womrick, of course, saying, "Hey, Kada, you cutie! Finally, I'll be able to watch a run without resets." Hi.
Not much I can say. Has a point. Thank you very much.
Was a little rude.
Yeah, but I'm used to worse. Yeah, so we don't have our pistols right now. That's not.
Yeah, this is one of the
Great.
classic
Agora ele perdeu as
levels.
armas,
Get
ele
captured,
tem
you have nothing.
que recuperar a
Get it
pistola.
Exactly. This door's on a timer, but it's like, yeah, as long as you don't really bonk anywhere, you're gonna make it out. But this is the first level that introduces one of the more infamous glitches when it comes to the classic Tomb Raiders. That's being the Quap glitch.
Yep. After the famous Quap running game that everyone knows, of course.
Of course.
Because we're very creative, and the animation kind of looks like that game, so we named it like that.
Mm-hmm. And we're definitely also not boomers who played that game in 2000.
Aqui ele vai tentar um
maybe? Was it
glitch.
in 2000? I think so.
Salvou por
That might have been
garantia.
still 90s, I don't know.
But first a small
Perfect,
fence block here,
acertou.
hopefully. Yeah, good.
Very nice.
And then there are two guys here. One of them drops a
Agora
one
vai
of
ser a
them
parte que vai fazer
drops-
glitch bem
well,
quebrado.
one of them first should show up. Okay, there he is. This guy drops a large medkit that I don't really need, but if
Ele
you
vai fazer a Lara literalmente entrar dentro
yeah,
do
you
chão.
can kind of manipulate them so they drop their items right next to each other, so you wouldn't have to do two pickup animations, but that's okay.
And this key part here, he's going to use to set up the Quap glitch that we mentioned. That's why he made a save just before activating it, because you know exactly the position you are in after using this, and then with some seemingly
Aqui
random
primeiro ele
movement,
vai fazer um
you can get
setup
Lara
para
into a
acertar a
perfect
posição
position where
exata.
you can do a jump where you hit the, was it the ball
Ele
and
tem
the
que fazer um
ground at the same
buffer no
time?
inventário ali para ele
Which
acertar
activates the
o
Quap
local
state. You
exato.
can't see it right now, but the next time he jumps, you will see what we mean with Quap.
E agora é só ele pular na
See right
segunda.
now.
Foi.
There you go. And this allows you to glide
Agora
through
aqui ele
the
vai
door,
atravessar a porta.
and once you reach certain doors, you can grab, and when the Quap state ends, which is after a certain amount of seconds, you just go through the door.
Eu jogo principalmente
This
esse
is probably not a
dois
smart idea what
mesmo.
I'm doing here, but
So we need this guy in a very specific position, which I'm not sure this is.
Agora ele vai fazer um
He
glitch.
drops a
Esse
medkit,
aqui
and when it's
é.
very close to a wall, you can use that to glitch
Vai
into
entrar
the
dentro
wall,
da
which sets
parede.
up the next trick.
Vai atravessar.
yeah, that's why I did the save there.
Yeah.
That's okay.
But yeah, we try to glitch into the wall by killing the guy very close to it, and then we can use the wall to
Ok, ele errou, ele
flicker
deu
along
low.
it, basically, by being inside it. That looks better. So usually you're supposed to fill this.
Okay, I'll do it one more time and then I just do the other strand.
Usually you're supposed to fill this hole here with water by doing some kind of elaborate stuff. But that's what we're trying to skip here.
Qual deles? Se você diz o anterior, o que ele entrou dentro do chão?
Not only killing the guy at the wall is kind of hard, but also this part here where you have to set up the exact angle. Because if you move too far,
Yeah, whatever.
you get out of the wall, and if you don't move far enough, it won't work.
Ok,
That's a shame. But instead we get
desistiu
to do
do
another glitchless glitch.
ali na
So
parede.
that's a trade-off.
Ele vai fazer a outra rota.
because that makes sense.
Então vai ter
Here we
o,
bypass an enemy trigger. So
famoso
basically, the
speed jump.
triggers are always kind of blocks.
Block-based,
Yeah,
yeah.
exactly. So if you can kind of barely make it through the wall to not trigger them, and in that case, yeah, the enemy doesn't spawn.
Was this the switch to fill the water? I don't know.
Well, it kind of moved the water from one pool to the other. And
Yeah,
of
okay,
course I didn't
yeah.
get the jump either. All is going well. Yeah, so now this pool has water, but the next one doesn't.
Does not,
Yeah,
which is also a problem.
exactly. And I totally remember this backup
And
strat.
So this used to be
Agora
the
ele vai fazer um
strat.
backup, ele
You
dá 8
do a
passos,
jump here,
pula para
which is also very
direita,
precise, hence the careful movement here and
e agora ele
mouse
tem que fazer
button.
um setup
But you can just
para
make the
conseguir
jump
uns
and
frames
grab
para
this
que
ledge
a
while
Lara
you're dying.
chegue do outro lado.
There we go.
E perfeito, acertou.
And you can tell, thank you. You can tell there's supposed to be water here because, yeah.
Yeah, the game
Lembrando
does
que
not
esse
expect
salto
you to
não é
swim without
glitch.
water.
Exactly. Yeah, that took a bit longer, but that's okay. So we're just gonna make our way out of this level into the next one, where we'll have a bit of a rotating blade problem at our hands. To our left, there's quite the there's a strong current in this pool. You
Yeah.
might not be able to tell it too well,
You can
but
hear it maybe,
yeah.
but there's a turbine going, and if you don't move exactly in the way that he is doing, you get sucked into it.
Exactly. And then there is a somewhat small platform here we can use, and these guys definitely always cooperate. Yeah, as I told you, they always cooperate.
Yeah.
And this pool might or might not be filled with acid.
And here is the biggest ladder that I've ever seen in any video game. You won't be able to appreciate, actually, okay, with the camera
Kind of,
you can,
yeah.
kind of. But it goes up really high, but luckily we can skip it all.
Like that.
Yeah. I think if you climb it, it's like 1.5 minutes of just climbing it. And all
Yeah.
you do is just hold the key.
Exactly. So climbing animation is really, really slow. We will get to see a bit of it later on, but in general we try to obviously skip stuff like that. Here I'm gonna leave that guy alone for now. I want this key card.
Perfeito,
And
ele
I
vai
have to
deixar
backtrack
para derrotar o inimigo
top now,
naval.
which means we have to go to the ladder again.
Yeah. So if you played this without glitches, you would have to climb the ladder twice.
But luckily we're not restricted.
And so we're already halfway up the ladder, and you might think we would
Yeah.
climb it up, but it's actually faster to just go down and glitch up again.
Oops. There we go. And now we still have this guy here, so he will drop the automatic pistols, hopefully without pushing us off the platform. That's very nice. Good.
And after he opens this door, we're gonna have to do another setup for another quad glitch to get through the second door.
Yeah, so there will actually be two quaps here, one to open a door in the corridor and one to get into the kind of final corridor. I don't know. You'll see.
We're
So-
trying to get past two doors.
Podendo acertar o
So you'll see
pro
some
glitch.
more voodoo here. And then hopefully, yeah, that looks good.
Yeah, and then
Ele
with
precisa
some
fazer isso
precise
duas
timing
vezes.
again,
A primeira vez é para
make
abrir
all this
a
work.
porta.
Yeah, so
A
we'll use
segunda
the
porta não é
gun
essa, é a
drawing
outra.
animation here
E aí
to
depois de
time.
novo.
The door is actually very helpful here because you can't glide against any surface. If you glided against a normal wall, that would not work. But the doors, luckily, have special properties.
Yeah, and so once you're in the quap, like animation, you have 8 seconds until you kind of shift underneath the floor, and that's why we have to kind of time it there. Because if you run against the second door that we skipped, you would pop out. So you kind of have to be in that quicksand animation when you're approaching it.
And now we're trying to get into that thing just ahead.
Yes, so we're actually going to take the
Scenic route.
exactly. And here we are. So now all that's left to do is go to the end of the level, and then there will be a longer swimming segment. So to Tali, go ahead.
Thank you so much. We have a lot of love coming in here. We have an anonymous $50 donation saying, nearest neighbor texture filtering enjoyers approve of this stream. And also the freezer incentive. That was, of course, one of the donations that helped us meet that. We also have $5 from Salmon Sushi saying, hey, Caddy, remember that you're incredible and that I can't wait to hear the passport sounds non-stop during this run. Do your best, my friend. We also have $5 here from John Rader saying, it's grooming time. We have $15 from Ollie.jpg saying, I love the angry passport noises. Good luck with the run, Cadarev. And then we have another $50 here, which calls attention to something you may have noticed yourself too, but it's of course Ball saying, so close to that 5K, I'm doing my part. And yeah, we are really close, just another $58 away. And we also have $25 here from Medio saying, just wanted to say hi, Caddy, and good luck gaming. Can we hit that 5K during Tomb Raider?
That would be amazing.
That should be very doable.
Everyone who donates is amazing anyways. Thank you very much, my friends.
What's up with all these donations that you need to load and save so much?
Yes, I might reset once in a while when I'm streaming this game. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
But yeah, Tomb Raider 1, 2, and 3, they all have this very cool rotating menu. And
Passport sound.
Exactly. So in Tomb Raider 4 and 5, you actually have, like, you instantly go into the save list when you press quick save, but for these games you open the passport and then you select a save file and then the passport closes, so you get used to that sound pretty quickly.
Or you start hating it.
It's not mutually exclusive. Alright, so we're making our way into the wreck of the Maria Doria, which is a ship that belonged to the father of the cult leader we're going up against.
It's also upside down.
Yes.
I just want to point that out to the viewers. We're in an upside down ship right now.
And to me, because I was not aware. But
wait, really?
Aqui ele vai passar
you think
simplesmente
I know
por
what to do?
Look at the store.
tem
It's
água ali
obvious.
no lado.
I
Ele só
have to actually look at my health bar right now. I'm on fire. But yeah, there you actually put yourself on fire and just like take the damage and open the door, because luckily there's a pool of water right behind it. That's the only way you can put out fire, or level transitions, but we're far from that. Yeah, so that cuts out having to deactivate the fire trap. Maybe some of you remember when Tomb Raider 4 was speedrun at this event. There actually you are also set on fire, but you have to maintain that state for like 10 minutes and keep on spamming medkits. So that definitely did not give me any kinds of flashback.
Yeah, but we do not have infinite medkits in this game.
True,
so
yeah.
Can't do that.
Also, I haven't saved in forever, I feel, so let's do that here. Some passport sounds for the fans.
They were practically demanded.
Exactly, yeah. And we're slowly approaching somewhat of a problem, which is like the final or second to final room in this level is like a huge, long vertical room that is not very safe to fall down, unless you know how to fall down.
Aqui ele vai fazer mais glitch.
New glitch that we haven't seen so far in this. I mean, it's not new, but it's new to this run now.
Adeus, o dano
You
de
land
queda,
at the
porque a Lara
ground and the wall
não
at the
vai
same
morrer.
time, you do not actually die and take full damage.
Claro, desde que ele acerta.
And yeah, so the swan dive, which is kind of Lara's signature acrobatics move, I guess, really helps with that because it also moves you more forward.
Yeah.
And in this room, I will also save, because here you can get killed pretty
Não
quickly,
sei,
or
é
the
que
guys can completely
essa
ignore you.
parte
Here
é
they do
muito
basically not
aleatória.
ignore me.
Às vezes esse inimigo ali
Yeah,
acerta
this
todos
good
os
help.
tiros e tem vezes que ele não te acerta nada.
Health management in this game and in all of the games before Tomb Raider 4 is very important. Picking up a health kit always takes like 2 or 3 seconds, maybe even more. There is only a limited number of spots where you can pick them up reasonably fast, and especially in Tomb Raider 2, there's some areas where you just can't avoid taking damage if you want to go fast, especially towards the end of the game. So it is important that he picks up a certain number of medkits and doesn't take too much damage in some areas.
Exactly. So usually we just go for the ones that are right on our way, obviously. I do pick up a few more than are technically necessary. But yes, I'd got alluded to, we are kind of preparing for the later levels where we need to kind of out-heal an onslaught of enemies poking us. So yeah, that's kind of what we're preparing for. And yeah, as you said, we don't want to waste too much ammo. Hits. That guy behind me with the huge wrench, I only shot 4 times. I'm kind of preparing. I'm getting him to low enough health so I can kill him in a precise spot next to the wall, which is also what this movement here is for. Kind of baits him on top of this crate. And then I want him to drop right here because he drops an item, and picking up items we can use to embed into walls.
Yeah. And on top of this particular piece of wall is the switch that we need to continue on. Now, how this guy got here, we have no idea.
And we don't really care, because now he can stay there.
Yeah, he's stuck there forever.
Yeah, so one very useful thing here is that you can actually turn the camera sideways, because otherwise it's a bit difficult to tell where the platforms end.
Tipo de
And
câmera ali,
luckily
porque
at the bottom here there
é
is
basicamente
water,
mais
so we don't have to do any
fácil
shenanigans.
para você acertar o salto. Ou melhor, garantir
And
que
now
você
we
não vai
just make
errar.
our way outside of this ship, actually, because we need a key so we can get further into the ship. It all makes sense.
Yeah, this is a actually kind of funny scene. You can look through these windows there to the left and see the key outside that you need to find.
Yeah, somewhere, yeah, back there, whatever.
Did you notice that the ship is upside down now, though?
No.
Did you see the steering?
Right, yeah. But I thought it was like the periscope.
No, it's not a submarine. What the fuck?
I don't know how ships work.
It's right there. Look at it.
Okay, yeah, so this door is on a timer.
É, aquela porta tem tempo, então ele
Getting
não
exposed here. Yeah.
pode parar para pegar ali.
Prepare for that.
Deve pegar na volta.
Yeah, so that door is on timer. Once we're like in this room, the timer stops. So you can pick up that medkit the grunt in the previous room dropped on your way in here. But if you take too long, the door would slam shut. So I'm just gonna pick it up now. And of course, I forgot where you dropped it.
So going outside is actually a little dangerous. These are shark-ridden waters. And as we said before, medkits are important. Also, sharks do a lot of instant damage. They take like half your health with one bite. So that's another problem. Hopefully they are nice. Sometimes they don't bite you at all.
I also don't remember if I'm below 50% or not. So
I don't either.
Good. We'll find out. Either I survive or I get eaten alive. So.
Yeah. But yeah, this is the key. Then we need to swim the same way back. What he did there, if you pick up an item, you can click the flare, like drawing a flare at the same time, and you draw a flare, but you don't actually use a flare. So this is a free flare that he has right now, which we can use to cancel the next stumble animation. And the sharks played very nicely.
Yeah, I actually, like, there are 2 sharks. I only saw one on the way back, so I was a bit confused, but I take it, it's okay.
He was not hiding, actually just gone.
Yeah, so as I said earlier, the flares run out after a certain amount of time, and this one actually cuts it quite close. Like, there's no way to really use it here. It's in the next room. So if you like bonk here anywhere for too long, you will just not, like, the flare runs out right before you would need it.
And there's a trapdoor that you can kind of jump through. Don't know why that works, but it works.
Exactly, yes.
And here's the jump that we need the flare for. And then we can cancel that. That's what we saved, those 2 seconds.
Agora ele usou o
But
flare
it's a
para
free flare,
aproximar
so
a
might
animação.
as well use it. Also, I still don't
Senão
know.
ele ia
Okay, I had less than 50%.
parar por alguns segundos ali.
And oh god, I don't. Oh, okay, I won't. Yeah. Okay, good idea.
The divers can be quite
Exactly.
dangerous.
Yeah.
There's some
É que
fish
ele
here
só
too.
precisa
And now
desviar e a
below
fase acabou.
50% again, so good call. that's what we pick up those extra medkits for.
On the next level, start in the water again, and there's a door that we could open with a switch, but the door is also kind of particular because if you swim at it in a certain direction and angle, you can also just go straight through it.
Ele vai fazer um glitch para atravessar essa. Pra ele não precisar abrir, ó, ele economizar tempo.
Yeah, very nice.
Acertou.
And that is the M16, and it's loud and good.
The strongest gun, except
yes.
for the grenade launcher.
Exactly. Again, we need to reach a lever here, which we will. And now this room that was briefly visible is clearly underwater, which the game definitely expects it to be at this point, as you will soon see. There will be nothing wrong in that room. Hint, hint.
Not sure they saw it.
All right. Hint, hint. I better not run out of breath now.
I don't think that's a problem here.
Yeah, we're gonna need to flip another lever, and then we can make it out of this underwater part.
Speaking of air, Lara has great lungs. Like, I don't know how many minutes that is even, but it's long.
A solid time,
Yeah.
especially while doing pretty heavy physical activity.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm gonna save here again because there's a somewhat precise setup for a glitchless glitch. Sorry that I have to use the name again.
Salvou, ele vai fazer
Just
glitch aqui de novo.
GG.
Yeah, that makes it way more obvious.
Atravessou a
The
parede.
final part of this level, which is what we're approaching, is pretty nasty in terms of like the density of skips and tricks we do here is pretty high. So I'll save a few more times probably. It is nice.
Not that easy, that jump, actually.
Yeah, I'm surprised. Yeah, so this is a slippery slope, as I just demonstrated. But if you jump from just the right spot, you kind of can get the climb up animation to override the sliding down properties.
Yeah.
Another flare cancel here. Then there is a fence, allegedly.
And then here is a sketchy jump. Need to maneuver some stuff to get over to that door there, but if you jump just the right spot, you can barely make it. But she did, very nice.
Perfeito, ele acertou
Yeah,
o
that
salto.
is actually way more precise than what it looked.
Yeah.
I'm happy that went that well.
And here,
Oh god, that's
you have to basically
that is very not good. Yeah.
oh shit.
Ok, ele errou ali,
Well, I
não era
saved
pra
in
ter
the previous
pulado.
level, so I can just reel. Okay. This guy's not the
Good,
issue.
we're good, okay. Whew.
The issue is the guy with the flamethrower behind.
Yeah, on the bottom left there's two guys with flamethrowers. They're very scary.
Poderia ter
As we said before, if you're on fire,
estragado
you're pretty
tudo
dead.
ali.
But yeah, we started at the bottom of the ship here and we need to climb it up. This is not the intended way, obviously. And then we need to get on top of this red metal thing here, which we can by clipping into a wall here.
Mhm. Oh good, he's coming.
That work?
There we
Yeah,
go.
very nice. And then we get that key that we need to get to the end of the game. So now we go all the way back down.
Yeah, you could kind of see like a hole in the ceiling there. Why am I pointing up? I don't know. Yeah, so you're supposed to take quite a detour there, and this allows us to just straight pop up out the top, collect the key, and now we're on our way back down.
And as we mentioned before, the flamethrower guys are on this level here soon. So hopefully they play nice, but usually you can kill them.
Oh,
before
I
they-
already see him coming.
Oh, okay, that's
no,
probably
no,
because
no.
of the start.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Don't
Might
do
be
it.
able to jump
Don't
away.
do it. Oh.
Yeah, oh,
Ui, quase.
that was
Ele
close.
pega fogo
It's
ali,
okay, there
já
are
era.
two more on here. But yeah, these one we should be able to take out from a distance. Yeah,
Yeah, there we go. And behind that door is just the end of the game.
exactly. End of the game.
Sorry, level, of course. I wish. And then we go to the mountains.
Yes, the Tibetan foothills. Probably the one level most people remember, if they got that far in the casual playthrough. Because this is where we will use the other vehicle, the Skidoo. That is not good.
Acho que ele errou
Let
aqui.
me save, because now I have to run around
Yeah,
the
they're gonna
boulders.
drop, right?
Yeah.
É, ele ativou o
There's
trigger.
another set
A
coming.
ideia era não
Yeah,
ativar.
our jumps were
essa primeira.
supposed to not trigger them, but oh well.
The Skidoo is a hard to master vehicle, I would say.
Oh.
And we also do some difficult jumps and whatnot with it. So this is an interesting section for sure.
Also, that glass shattering has like no volume control, so I'm sorry for that. Here I'll save because I'll do a somewhat
Aqui vai
risky
tentar
jump.
não
and
ativar o
I
trigger
kind of
também.
don't want to regret it.
Perfeito, ele não ativou, então não tem
Okay, that
inimigo.
looks good. And you
Yeah.
could see the skidoo there. Now the main reason why people remember it is because it has quite a nice tune while driving it. Now there is one member in the audience, I assume, who has a contrary opinion on that. I will not call them out, because it would probably create quite a hostile environment, but they should know that they're wrong. So you can now post your favorite dance emote in chat.
It's quite a jam. Here we're setting up a jump after this little hop. If we jump against
Na
that
trilha
block,
sonora dessa
we're
fase é
instantly
muito
dead.
boa.
If we jump too far to the left, we're instantly dead. So, there we go. Nice. This is just generally the motto of Skidoo, by the way. If you fail something, you're probably dead. So, hopefully we don't see an explosion.
Yeah, if you fall from like higher than, I don't know, 1 block of distance or something, you're instantly dead.
Yeah.
Come on, just
Some grenade launcher ammo. Which we actually only use once. And the music actually makes me want to play the game.
So this is like the one, like this is a super trap, because there is a boost mode that I usually use to go faster. But if you boost down that slope, you die, guaranteed, because you just take off and explode on impact. We're gonna park the Skidoo here, foreseeing an event that might occur soon. So in general, we went all the way here just to collect a key to open the hut that we saw at the start, like where the Skidoo was. That's the only reason why we go here. Whoops.
We did something.
Yeah, something happened, I guess.
It's over.
Yeah, and also sadly, it's not like Tomb Raider 4 where when you re-enter the vehicle, the music loops. Sadly, it's gone. But yeah, you can see the frozen lake here exploded, or is not frozen anymore. But there is a key here that Laura could please pick up. There is a guy on a Skidoo coming.
Yep.
Mm.
And he can insta-kill
Apareceu
you.
inimigo.
Actually hits you.
Okay, thank you.
We did it.
Yeah, as long as you're in the Skidoo, it's
Okay,
fine.
deu tudo
But
certo.
yeah, if someone in a Skidoo touches Laura, she's instantly dead. There is another one coming.
It does work the other way around though,
Yeah.
so as you saw before, if we ran into the enemies, they also instantly die.
Yes. And now we make our way back.
Yeah.
Without the music, sadly. And since we know this area kind of, Tully, go ahead.
Absolutely. So, I know we're not on a ship anymore, but I do want to encourage everyone to get those donations in and also maybe include a ship fact, because clearly it seems like Cadarev needs to know a thing or two about ships. We have Sajiki here with $10 saying, "Hey everyone, ship connoisseur here. If the ship
no.
is upside down, why do you open the doors by turning the wheels counterclockwise? Just wondering. Appreciate the passport sounds.
It's a good question.
So clearly it's not upside down, is what he's saying.
Maybe it's both. It's the upside down and it's also not upside down.
Let's go with that.
Yeah.
So sadly we abandoned the... Okay, we abandoned... That was also set up, clearly. We
You
abandoned
just
the
wanted to
skidoo here.
show the snow leopard.
Exactly. Definitely did not get stuck there.
Yeah.
Yeah, so now that we have the key, we can open this hut, which allows us to open the gate behind the hut. So that was the only reason why we did all of that. But I think it was worth it for the music. And while we're in that hut, we will pick up some more ammo and medkits, and we will get ambushed, which now that I said it, kind of makes it not an ambush anymore. But we will kind of just ignore the ambush. If I could pick up the medkits. Yes, you might see them run by the window. Yeah, you kind of saw them there. Yeah. Okay. Calm down there.
And since we're off our skidoo, we have a bit of a problem here, because there's going to be another guy on a skidoo. And
You can see where this is going.
he's kind of dangerous, so we need to get this guy in a very precise spot so that he doesn't kill us. And we got it. Fun fact, if he drops off the thing and we run into it while it's still moving, we still die.
Yes, and also this is not quite the same skidoo, like type-wise. It does not have a boosting mode, but it has machine guns, which are completely useless to us.
Yeah.
Except for this...
Killing these two guys.
Exactly, and that's the only reason why we need them. And yeah, as I said, as long as you're in the skidoo, they can run against you pretty much as long as they want. But once you're by yourself, instantly dead. And here we want to park the skidoo in a somewhat precise spot on the right side here.
Yeah. As we said before, the game
Aqui
doesn't
vai
want
usar o-
objects to be
vai
inside
fazer
of
um
things.
glitch.
So the moment the block stops moving and gets into the spot, the skidoo basically goes on top of it, and we can just go through this.
Perfeito, ele acertou. Agora ele atravessa a parede.
Should I heal? They can still hit
E
me here.
quase morreu.
They won't do enough damage with one hit.
I don't think so, no. That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair
Okay.
enough.
Save them.
Can I butt in real quick?
Of course.
Because we just hit 5K!
Woo!
And the donation that put us over 5K was Drunken Shoe with $48 saying 5K, 5K, 5K. Also, Kada, did you know the ship level was upside down?
I'm sorry, you're never
I
gonna
was
live
about
that
to
one
say
down.
thank you. You did me a great service there.
I thought it was obvious.
Teaches me to just always agree with you.
Alright, yeah.
So we're not supposed to be on the other side without breaking the glass here first, which is why we have to kind of do this weird jump against it thing. But if you do it enough time, you clip through it, since it's a pretty thin wall. And we'll do the same thing later on.
Cool thing about the level is these monks, we're not enemies with them. And as long as you don't shoot them, they stay your friends. And they will only fight the bad guys, but not you. Which is, if you're casually playing this, actually kind of important, because once you get into the level, you see them fighting with bad guys, and if you just start shooting, you shoot the monks as well, and then they hate you.
Exactly.
So don't do that. And here he's gonna clip through the wall to skip a trigger for a rock.
Boulder, yeah.
And yeah,
We'll not skip this one.
this one doesn't matter.
And to get out of this level...
Ali ele desviou do trigger, então só vai ter pedra na volta.
Some unspecified number.
Okay, but we need praying wheels. Yes.
Yeah. We can count at the end and see if it was correct.
Right. And this is also a thing that happened a few times already, so we can jump through like where blocks and... Why am I trying to pick something?
Ele
It's just
ativou
a trigger. I
o
don't know why I
inimigo,
pressed
parece.
it.
Na realidade,
Yeah, we can
Ah,
jump
pra
through
ajudar
corners
ele, né,
if
no
it's
caso.
like the block is meeting the wall in a certain spot.
Also, the game can crash here if the monk and the bad guy like die in the same position. So just in case, it doesn't look like it will happen, but it has happened, so I'll rather be safe. And now we have one praying wheel. and a ladder. And this was the boulder, and these are the flares. So each flare pack is 6 flares, I think. So we're kind of
Agora ele vai ativar.
well, technically,
descer a
yeah.
pedra.
In the optimized run, they're like perfectly planned out. I do not use like perfect strats, obviously, for such a run. But
E aqui tá
we
começando a
will
setup
still
do
pretty
próximo
much
glitch.
come down to the wire when it comes to the.
He's saving
Flare.
here because there was another safe setup for a drop where you hit the wall and the ground at the same time. And it worked.
E perfeito,
That was
sem
the
dano
monk.
de queda.
Oh,
Yes.
Were that the bad guys?
No, that was.
That was the monk, right?
Yeah. Now we're in the room with the praying wheels.
So usually you need 5 or some number, but use this praying wheel in the menu and then go to one of the empty spots and try to activate. You just go back to the menu here and use the praying wheel that you don't actually have anymore.
Yes,
And she puts it in.
and that makes sense.
Aqui ele basicamente tá fazendo um glitch de duplicar itens.
So that was 2, it's 3.
Então ele só precisou pegar um
With our
item
one
chave.
praying wheel that we don't even
Com
have.
ele buga aqui, não precisa dos outros. Ele economiza muito tempo,
Guess you were right.
porque essa fase é
Only the one on the other
muito
side.
longa.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So you have to always go manually in. So if you interact with this thing, it immediately puts you in the items menu, and this technique would not work. But if you go like manually first into the inventory and then to the items screen, then for some reason this key, which usually is supposed to rotate and not be used on those receptacles, just works. And that allows us to skip pretty much the entire rest of the level.
Yep.
And now we're in the level where we see some people that are definitely not dressed up for Halloween. I don't know what that is, but apparently it's a Yeti. Can you
Definitely
please? Thank you. Okay. Like,
Like how he didn't even hit you, actually.
yeah, usually he does. There is another cat here, kitty cat, that is way more dangerous than the person in the chicken suit.
Chicken soup one. Okay.
And some more boulders. So the next key that we have to pick up is actually this mask. It makes perfect sense.
Yeah. And then there's going to be a section where we
I
double
Ele
don't
só vai
down
pegar a
on
máscara e
meter.
vai ignorar os inimigos.
It's very precise drops actually, so that we don't die. Hopefully. But we get shot at
Yes,
the same time.
exactly.
Ele errou.
That's
not
why
have
you
enough.
save.
And you don't have enough health and you die.
Ele deu passo a
That
mais
looks
ali.
slightly preferable.
Tinha que
That's much better.
andar pra frente e soltar.
And then I almost
Daí ela
jumped
não
into
ia
the
tão
pit
longe.
with the spikes. Good. At the top of this ramp, to my right, there is a trigger that spawns some more snow leopards. So I want to
Aqui ele passa
avoid
perto das,
hitting it.
das
Otherwise, they would now
pedras
come
pra
around the
não
corner, which
ativar
they
o
don't.
trigger, senão
But
aparece
I need to get on the other side of that wall to my left there, which
inimigos.
I will do by going to the top of this structure.
E aqui ele faz um
got this
glitch
camera.
seguido de um
Just
salto.
sketchy jumps if
Yeah.
you don't quite see where you're going, but hopefully it's fine.
Yeah.
Perfeito, ele acertou.
And I should have enough health where I can just drop down in the final room as well. Never mind, it's blinking now, so I
Blinking
just have
is bad,
not
yeah.
enough health. Yeah, so I have to slightly slower way.
E essa fase terminou também.
And slowly dropping down. Which brings us to the level with the trampolines.
Yeah, that's a
For
very fun mechanic,
Reasons, yeah.
but it can also be super frustrating
Exactly.
because it's kind of hard to figure out. And you usually die if you don't do it correctly.
Oh, yeah, I don't like that position either, but
yeah.
we'll see.
That's fine, I think. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, by grabbing mid-air there, we can glitch into the wall
Ok,
again.
interessante o jeito que ele faz aqui.
Go a
Um
little
pouco
faster.
diferente.
Here, you're supposed to pick up that item, but you can just jump onto it and the game thinks you did whatever you had to do.
Yeah, so we don't
Ele
actually
não
need to pick it
precisa
up.
pegar
Go
aqui.
straight ahead.
Dá pra literalmente
And,
pular ali mais
meet
pra
some more
frente.
people
Então,
in chicken
aquele item
soup.
não é necessário.
There's one. There is another one.
For cancel, e
And
agora
we
ele vai
will now
pular
just
aqui.
jump across here,
Pronto.
cutting out a pretty nice chunk. And now our goal is to freeze this next small pond down there. Luckily, there is a cauldron with lava or anything, something like that, ready for us to be used.
Conveniently
Placed.
always glowing, being warm, even though it's cold here. I don't know.
Let's go with it. And when I exit here, I will be more angry person in chicken suit, but there are also icicles on the ceiling, which I kind of
Perfeito,
don't
ele
want to be
salvou
impaled
aqui,
by,
porque
and
às
they
vezes
can push you into
o
this.
jogo
They
simplesmente
were pretty tame this time around.
não te deixa passar.
Right. More traps. And since so far we skipped
Pegou,
most of the
puxou uma arma só
climbing
pra não
animations,
mudar a
we
câmera.
routed this speedrun just so you would have at least one long climbing animation. So while we're doing that, Tali, you can go ahead.
Awesome, thank you so much. All right, we have some donations coming in here. We have K-Phil with $20 saying, time to beat Marco Bertoli, but do it fast. Great run, great fun, keep it going. We also have $25 here from Dear Heart that says, we need Zelda playing Zelda. And if you're confused by that comment, it's because they put it towards one of the incentives, which is when the Legend of Zelda run happens, which is specifically the Wind Waker version. We might have a Zelda cosplay if we can meet this incentive. So if you also want to see Zelda playing Zelda, make sure you donate towards that. And of course, we have Cass here with $5 saying, perhaps we were the ones who were upside down all along.
Really makes you think.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we have
Aqui ele vai tentar
two
bugar
people in a chicken suit, I guess. I don't know, it's just bigger.
essa galinha.
So I mean, it actually looks like a chicken.
Perfeito, ela
I'll give you that one. The other ones, I
agora
don't see it.
não acerta. Dano.
Yeah, so this is the Guardian of the Talion, which is the key that unlocks the gate with the dagger. So we're now back in that room, and this is where I will need to listen for some audio cues for quite a long time. I don't
Perfeito,
know
ele
how
vai
to
fazer
explain what will happen,
glitch
It
aqui.
is.
and
I wouldn't
I
either.
messed it up, so luckily I saved.
But the level instantly starts with a setup to get into a very
Ele vai
fast
tentar
spot
de
to
novo,
get into
ele
the wall.
errou.
And then once
É
he
pouco
is in that
difícil.
wall, he's gonna
Tem que fazer certo,
continue
senão não
dropping in an
funciona.
endless void while doing certain inputs, which make him bump a couple of times, which he needs to count. And then it moves him along a certain direction, and eventually will pop out at the end of the level and finish it. And that's pretty much all I'm gonna say, because he's gonna listen for audio cues in a second.
Well, hopefully.
Agora ele vai ter que fazer uma sequência de inputs.
Let's go with that. So this was just the first part.
Perfeito, agora ele vai começar. Basicamente, o que vai acontecer aqui é que ele vai parar na parte de cima. Ele está contando, é um glitch bem complexo.
And good.
Very nice.
Perfeito, ele acertou. E com isso ele
We
esquipou
essentially traveled along the whole
toda a
void,
fase, basicamente.
endless void, and we're at the end of the game. Level.
Que
Why do I
levaria
keep
então
saying that? I'm so sorry.
Well, I mean,
6
this one is closer to the end of the game.
Yeah, this is very close to the end of the game. So this floating islands, very weird. Like it gets super spacey in this level. It's
Aqui ele
a bit of
vai
a sketchy level.
tentar não ativar
First of all,
um
there's this
trigger.
flying guy here.
Ok, ele não ativou.
And we need to make
Ele
him
pula
drop
por
down.
fora ali.
But he will come back. But we need him to drop down so we can glitch into this pillar here, which gets us closer to the end. You can hear him coming again, but we're too fast. Then we need to glitch into another wall, coming right up. And then
Ok,
do
ele
some
vai fazer por
traveling,
baixo. Tem
in the way
várias
again
formas de fazer
for a little
esse
while.
de chegar ali. Ok. Dependendo da forma que ele fizer aqui, normalmente você conta até 8 e rola, e ela vai cair na parte de cima.
And the audio cue there is basically
E
Lara's
perfeito,
stumbling
caiu.
animation, because every time she stumbles, she moves like a little bit forward
É um
into the
glitch
direction
bem
that we want.
simples.
So he's always counting the number of stumbles. That's why it was really important earlier to like not talk.
Yeah. In this case, it also doesn't help that you have
E
this
com
like
isso ele esquipa a
choir
fase toda.
doing their
E aqui acaba
thing. Well,
aqui
oh
acaba
god,
Ooh, that's
Nossa,
yeah.
that's
ele
not
errou.
what I wanted. Well, let's do that again, I guess, but this time without the choir, so it should be faster. Why am I doing this incorrectly? Okay, I need this and then this and then I messed it up again. That's not good. That looks better.
Yeah.
Clearly. So anyway, as Eidgott was saying, the audio cue now.
And it's important that he has the right count, because if he's too far left, he drops down there and dies. Same thing
Perfeito,
for
fez de
the
novo.
level before, just that it's like, I don't know, 30 something.
Sure,
bumps.
this time.
And once we get that last jump here, that level is already finished, and get to the second last level, which is pretty much just a boss fight level. And it's also the level where we got all the medkits. There's a lot of enemies here, and it takes a lot of time to kill them. And we only really need to kill one guy to get a key to get to the final boss. And that's gonna be in this next room here. We're gonna ignore all of these people
Ele
here
não vai matar
chasing
nenhum,
us.
ele
And
vai
then in this
passar
room,
reto.
there's like, I don't know, 7 guys or
Ele vai
something.
ativar o inimigo
And then
que
to the left
derruba
here
a
in the center,
chave,
there's gonna be one
vai
guy that has
matar
the
ele,
key. That's the only guy we
vai
kill.
pegar essa chave pra por ali.
And
Basicamente
I have
ele
to, like,
tem
run away from
várias
these guys,
linhas de
pick the
cura
item
só
up,
para essa
and
parte
open the
específica.
door, and hopefully don't run out of medkits until then.
Yeah, so we need this cracker waffle or whatever it is.
Agora ele vai começar a
Well,
usar as itens de
oh
cura
my
dele.
god. Yeah, you can easily get stuck on them here. I can also push you away, but once you're in this animation, you're stuck. So they can also. I did not have any small medkits left. Whoops. Okay, should be good.
Perfeito
Should be
aqui.
fine now, yeah. That's it.
Agora é só
And we
enfrentar o
do
boss.
not need any more
Não.
medkits here. It's just the dragon now that we need to kill, which is not a problem at all,
Ele
because
provavelmente vai
use this pillar here to
bugar
block his
aqui,
attack.
então
Just kill him with the grenade launcher. It's
você não vai,
very
no caso ele não vai tomar dano do ataque.
It's very anticlimactic, but
Oh,
yeah,
it's
this is
okay.
kind of the
Actually,
guy we've been chasing all
acabou.
along. So he used the dagger on himself to become this dragon, and as you can tell, it helped him tremendously.
Yeah.
Lembrando que é bom pegar as pistolas antes
You
de
actually have to pick up
tentar
the dagger,
puxar
because he would get
a
revived
daga,
after a little while.
vai garantir que não você consiga
But now he's
puxar,
dead for good, and we got the
porque essa
dagger.
parte é um pouco bugada. Por algum
And
motivo, às vezes você
now everything
simplesmente
comes
não
apart
consegue
just
pegar a
like this.
daga.
And it's important to go straight here, because otherwise you might run
E
into
nesse
the
caso,
Yes.
se você não pegar, você
Sometimes
teria
there's also
que
rubble coming
tentar
down
o
there, so
dragão
you kind of
de
have
novo.
to be aware of what you're doing. And you can stumble here, which would make you die to the.
Então o ideal é sempre puxar as pistolas quando for pegar a daga.
And then you think, yeah, well, game over, you're back home, but not in this game.
No.
In this game, the bad guys are like, well, fuck you, we're gonna get you anyways. So they attack you in your own house while you're sleeping. And admiring the
Well,
dagger.
not quite sleeping, but
Well, about.
close to. Yeah,
About.
exactly.
Agora a última fase, a
He's in her
mansão.
nightgown. He's like,
Exactly. Yeah.
let's go to sleep, and then these guys show up.
But luckily, she's
Aqui
prepared
basicamente
just
ele
for
tem
this case.
que
Yeah,
derrotar
of
um
course,
número X de inimigos.
as any
E aí
adventurer,
aparece
she
o,
has like a weapons
digamos,
chamber
o
right next
boss
to her
final.
with a bit of shotgun ammo and everything.
Yeah, a bit,
Então,
as you can see in the
acaba
lower
fazendo.
right corner.
just a little bit. And the bad guys don't know what's coming for them.
Yeah, so there are 15 enemies we need to kill to spawn the final boss. Some of them are already spawned in, some of them only trigger when you get to certain points, and we need to kill all of them. We can't just skip those, that would... Okay, I actually... okay, that's an interesting... Let's call this a new route.
Yep.
Okay, I just want to go over the railing.
You're just
Yes.
manipulating the positions, does it? Clearly.
Yes, this is going perfectly.
Yeah.
I also know where I am. Okay, good. Yes. Anyways, so now we go
Aqui
here
ele
to
vai
spawn
até o
next
final.
guys, and now, yeah, as I said, this
Depois
is
ele vai
basically
voltar e
just
vai pro outro lado, pra
going
parte da
through the
frente.
level,
Yeah.
checking all the enemies, and then
Essa
breaking the
é
final boss
basicamente a
fight. So
forma
until
mais
then,
rápida.
Tali, you have your final opportunity.
All right, then I will call it. We have another $20 donation here from Damaho. There is no comment for it, but it is, of course, going towards the Zelda playing Zelda Bid War that we recently talked about. And I guess this is also my last chance then to plug that we do have an upcoming incentive for a bonus game. So after Halo 2, which is coming up later today, if you want to see Amnesia the Bunker, we're over halfway there already. So get those donations in and make sure that we can see it, because it's a really cool run.
Speaking of donation incentives, thanks to your generosity, we just walked past the kitchen where we're going to lock in Winston
Yes.
into the fridge. But that has to wait until we get rid of these bad guys. Which Winston is not helping us
No.
fight, by the way. Like, where is he?
I mean, to be fair, he's probably not quite on his in his physical peak, as we will see, but
Yeah, but like, come on. He's the butler. He needs to help us.
contractually obliged.
So that's why we put him in the fridge.
And yeah, this
Ok,
is the
ele
final
já
boss.
deu todos
Super
os
spectacular,
inimigos
almost
suficientes
as
e o boss final
spectacular as the
apareceu.
dragon fight. But I guess at
Agora
least
só
he
tá
technically would fight back,
dando.
except that he didn't.
And
Acabou.
Nah,
É isso.
I mean, we still have the very important cutscene here.
oh yeah, right. It technically ends at the end of the cutscene.
Yes. So that was Tomb Raider 2-ish.
Don't you think you've seen enough?
All right.
We somehow made it.
We made it.
Yeah, so we could listen to like the good tunes, but we also could not do that, or I could just talk and like gain some time for the tune to play. But yeah, sadly I don't think we can skip out of this, so I
Yeah.
probably have to.
Have to shut
But
it
I'm
down.
not sure if I relaunch the game, is it still the same position?
Did you move it when you started?
I don't remember.
Okay, then let's. I don't. How long is?
I
this?
don't think it takes too long.
I think it's like maybe a minute, right?
Not even at this point.
Yeah.
no,
then
it
let's
will-
just let it run before we screw up the
Yeah,
alignment.
I don't want to make tier 2 too many.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah, so what will happen is we will go into the Croft Manor level, which is kind of an extra level you gain access to from the start in the main menu. It's supposed to act as kind of a tutorial level where you kind of like get introductions on how to move, how to jump, how to do special actions. And now we should be able to... Yes.
Yeah. There we go. Okay.
Sub 1 in game time. Anyways. Yeah, so Lara's home. This is Winston.
Yep.
He's not very fast, as you might be able to tell.
Yep. But he always follows you wherever
yeah.
you go.
Exactly.
He's a good butler. Unless
Very
it's
loyal.
nighttime and he's not there for some reason.
Yes. Luckily, we cannot abuse that at all. And as Adgod so graciously pointed out, there is a door here, but sadly it's locked right now. So we need to first unlock it. So we need to get into the manor first. And then unlock that.
Feel free to explore the rest
door.
of the house and garden.
Thank you, Lara.
Yeah.
It's, I will do just that. So that's the main gate where we just fought. Ding dong.
Has it always been there? I'm not sure I heard that ding.
Yeah, I was also a bit confused. But I mean, now I know, but when I was practicing, I mean, I also don't really do this too often.
All right.
This is the freezer. And this is the gate that will now open. And then we just have to wait for Winston,
Should
who
be
is
here.
definitely hurrying along Oh God, where is he? There he is.
Oh,
Oh,
okay.
he's coming. Yeah. All right. Yeah. So the reason why this is kind of a thing is that no matter who you ask, pretty much, first of all,
No matter which country, which
exactly,
age, it doesn't
yes.
matter.
First of all, when you say, well, Tomb Raider 2 or 3, it's the first question is, oh, is that the one with the manor?
Yeah.
And when you say yes, then the follow-up is, oh, so yeah, I always lock the butler in the freezer.
Yeah, I know.
And in fact, this has become such a phenomenon that in one of the most recent games, which was, I think, Rise of the Tomb Raider, I'm not sure. It's like I don't know, one of them. There's an Easter egg in the Croft Manor level there, where you can kind of see the diary of the butler, and he said like the small child locked him in the freezer again today.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's actually really cool.
That is very cool.
But yeah, as you can tell, he's
we should be hearing him soon.
yeah. You will hear the cups on the tablet. Yeah,
Bringing us tea,
yeah.
hopefully
As
warm.
he should, as a butler,
Yeah.
right? Is he stuck?
I really hope so.
Oh no.
Okay, he's coming.
Yeah.
We got it.
Yeah, now you can hear him.
And
Any second now.
we'll just do what everyone else who's ever played this game did.
It became canon, basically.
Yeah.
You have to.
I think it kind of became a tradition as well. If you did a really good run, everyone in chat just asked you to like lock the butler in the freezer.
Oh. Steady.
Hello, Winston.
Don't spill it. All right, that was it for real. Thank you very much, Eidgard, for the commentary.
No,
it was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Thank you, ESA, for having me. Yeah, that's all I have, pretty much. Anything you want to say?
No, I don't have anything. No.
And thank you for the education during the.
Of course, you're welcome. Now you know how boats work and how they're supposed to be orientated.
All right. Thank you. Enjoy the rest of the marathon.
Bye.